Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Today I want to talk a little bit about the abusive game of chicken that narcissists and other cluster bees play. So, the game of chicken, for anyone who's not seen the movie Footloose or any other movie. I'm sure that there were other movies made, but the game of chicken is a game, apparently, according to Footloose anyway. Maybe Footloose just created an entire caricature of people, but apparently, according to this movie, there's a whole class of people who live on farms, and when they're vying for a female's affections, between two males, or want to prove who's manlier, what they decide to do is what any logical person would do, and they both get on their tractors, which go at approximately 3.5 miles an hour, and then they just inch towards each other, and whoever jumps out or turns their tractor away is the chicken, and is subject to scorn and ridicule, and I guess having to watch the girl get fucked by the other guy, and get punched in the balls or whatever. And whoever stays, gets the guts and glory, but then Ma and Pa are all pissed off because I can't believe you put our family in jeopardy. You wrecked the tractor that we worked so hard for, all so you could get with Sally Mae, and she's not even a virgin. So that's the game of chicken. Now, the abusive game of chicken. What the abusive game of chicken is they start out by tying your hands behind your back. Actually, well, first they ask you to give them a metal baseball bat. So you give them a metal baseball bat, the kind of baseball bats that they don't make anymore. And then they tie your hands behind your back, cuff you up real nice and good. And then they take that bat and bash your kneecaps in. And then they get into a souped up hot rod that does 0 to 60 in about half a second on a stretch of mile road. And if by some act of God you are able to will yourself out of their way before they run you over, big mistake. Big mistake. You stood up for yourself. You abusive sack of shit. I can't believe you would do that. Or if you're too tired or just unable to move because they've broken your fucking legs and tied your hands behind your back and they run you over. Why would you let me hurt you? I can't believe that you wouldn't. Why wouldn't you move? Why wouldn't you say something? So these abusive people, what they do is borderlines in particular, but I mean all these sorts of abusive people. And by that I mean engage in acts that are abusive. Whether or not they're actually trying to is another story altogether. But the acts themselves are still abusive, particularly in the case of borderlines. They do things to get their needs met, but the things they do are abusive. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. So they go about engaging in behavior that's not appropriate. And you set contingency plans to ensure that, or maybe not they engage in behavior, but behavior occurs that just leads to a clusterfuck between both of you, and things blow up, look really bad. And so you set up a contingency plan so it doesn't happen again. You both agree to it. And then when a situation arises again that mirrors the first one, you take the steps to activate the contingency plan, but they don't allow you to. They don't they don't turn their key on the submarine, like in Seinfeld. Turn your key, Maura. But they don't turn their key. And so then you either let them run you over and you're fucked, or you say, okay, you're not doing this, I'm going to just jump the ship myself. So a great example of this is me and the last one, who recently emailed me and said, Matt, I'm borderline, I love you, blah, blah, blah. That was all just an emotional appeal to get me to call her, and then I did, and then she just sat there personally insulting me and provoking me and provoking me and provoking me until I said something I didn't mean and instantly regretted and instantly apologized for. Something that, they never give us. They'll make us beg for apologies for days. But, then I was just the asshole, even though it's like, no, I'm not the asshole. All I wanted to do was talk to you, and all you wanted to do was insult me. Anyways, so the contingency plan I always try to put in place, well, the contingency plan we had agreed upon a long time ago was, hey, when we're getting upset, I just need you to say, I hear you, I'm hearing your words, and I love you, but right now I need to walk away, otherwise this will end badly. Now take a wild guess. Do you think I was ever allowed to engage in this contingency plan? Raise your hands at home, boys and girls. No. No, I fucking wasn't. Then it would go nuclear. If you hang up this phone, then we're done. Was it ever done? No, it actually wasn't ever done. But when someone goes nuclear, you feel trapped. But anyways, then them going nuclear is just an excuse for them to get what they want out of you, which is the behavior that is inevitably going to happen. So then they can say, oh my God, I can't believe you're such an abusive asshole, when the whole thing could have been fucking avoided if they just didn't escalate the situation and let you fucking walk away while you guys were still both happy with each other. So, you'll say, babe, right now I cannot do this conversation with you. Oh, well, babe, right now I can't do this conversation with you. I need to get off of the phone. Otherwise, I'm going to say something that I fucking regret and do not mean. If you hang up this phone, we are through. I can't believe you treat me this way. You're so fucking abusive. Babe, let me get off the phone. I'm hearing you. I love you, but you don't fucking love me. You're right, bitch, I don't fucking love you. I fucking hate your guts. Go fucking die. Okay, well, there we go. And now whose fault is it? It's yours. Even though you tried to activate the contingency plan. Did they want you to? No, they didn't want you to. They didn't want you to. Because they don't understand. To them, things need to be finished right then and there. Otherwise, you're abandoning them. If you hang up the phone after a good conversation, you're abandoning them. If you walk out of the room to get the dinner that you prepared for them, you're abandoning them. This is how they think. They're emotional, mental 3-year-olds. A 3-year-old doesn't have object permanence. So if you leave, then you're fucking gone forever. This is how these unhealthy people think. Literally, I was trying to go get the dinner that I had prepared for us, and she's like, don't go. And I'm like, okay, then I guess we'll starve. And she goes, oh, okay, fine, go get the food. These are not healthy people. You need to walk away before they destroy your fucking life and you're having to work 80 hours a week just so you can maybe, hopefully, possibly survive the next year with all your debts you have to fucking pay back. So yeah, just don't engage to begin with. You won't be like me, kids. Anyways, yeah, you know what? I guess that's all for now. Please donate to my. I've got a few pages up, but it's the what's it called? The GoFundMe that I have up. I posted in this last video. I'll post it here too. Why not? Yeah, and all the rest of it. I had wanted to make this video like a fucking week ago, but there was an issue with my camera, and then there were more issues. So hopefully this video was of some help to someone and made some semblance of sense. Until next time, just be safe, be smart, and don't engage with the crazy making.